As the festive season rapidly approaches, the purse strings are being tightened, funds are being pushed to the limit. Never more so than this year as Britain gets to grips with turbulent economic times.
Well, here on Central Tonight, we've followed the impact of the downturn on the Midlands' biggest companies, small businesses and on ordinary families. Now Christmas is here. Our group of experts can help you tackle the problems that these hard times bring. Now I went along as they chatted to the Jacqui family in the panel versus the cost of Christmas. It's December and Christmas is virtually upon us. Now for some of us, we might be knee-deep in presents already and that fridge already full with food, but for other people it becomes a complete nightmare, and that's the case for the Jacqui family who live here in this maisonette. Now the mum, Cumby, is a physiotherapist and works part-time. The dad, Enoch, is studying to become a nurse. Now this is a family who are really feeling the pinch this year and are in desperate need of some advice.
I like it to be a day when, full of fun and games and that sort of thing. And then I start thinking about the cost. My husband's decided to become a student, and so automatically that means our income is, quite greatly reduced. I've been working part-time for a while. My salary's been reduced quite a lot. Increasing my hours in the NHS isn't an option at the moment. So I think I'd like some advice on starting at my own sort of private practice and that sort of thing. Christmas does put a particular strain because you really want the best for your kids. You want to see them smiling. I would love to have got a bike for my older daughter. We're not going to be able to afford that. Having the stuffed roast turkey may not be our option this Christmas. It does tug at the heartstrings.
So we've brought in our team of experts to give them some Christmas tips and money-saving advice heading into the new year. We've got careers advisor Jacqui Ffrench, life coach Dan O'Neill and entrepreneur Richard Simmons.
The situation from the video that we've seen, you're hoping to have this wonderful Christmas, but all the time you're looking at Christmas and you're thinking, I can't see how we can possibly have a good Christmas.
Yeah.
Probably my best suggestion for you would be to sit down with your kids and maybe get them to draw their perfect Christmas, or at least describe their perfect Christmas, and talk about what Christmas is going to be this year, so that as a family you can almost plan how you're going to have a fabulous Christmas.
We were talking about the bike, maybe you could get one off eBay and say to your daughter, look, it's got a few scratches on it, but it means I'm not going to be on your case if you do scratch it, so it's like it's a win-win, isn't it?
As ordinary and as boring as it might seem, you might need to dig a bit, but there's lots of hidden treasure in a pound shop. So I mean, that's a great idea for filling up a massive stocking.
Every day of Christmas, the 12 days of Christmas, do something. Perhaps you can get the kids to write 12 things that they'd really like to do. They don't cost very much money, or preferably no money at all.
Yeah.
And then each of those days you go out and you make that time for that thing that day.
That's fabulous. I really like that.
I think most of the supermarkets are doing great deals. At around about sort of the day before Christmas Eve, when things are really, really cheaper. It's a time of year where most people have done most of their shopping, and everything's hugely slashed. Yes. And that could be everything from electricals right the way down to your Brussels sprouts.
You've got a lot on your plate. You're the only breadwinner. Enoch, when do you see yourself earning, full wage as a medical health nurse?
Oh, I finished my mental health training in 2011.
Yeah.
And so I'm hoping to start earning then.
You're sort of indulging yourself a bit by training to do what you'd always wanted to do, and I don't think now's a good time for you to set up, because most businesses don't go as well as people think for the first 2 or 3 years. They just don't, and you can't afford to take any risks.
Initially, I'd say if you're looking at starting up a business, perhaps even contact the Central Library, because they have lots of sort of 1 and 2 day short courses that are available at the weekends, and some of them in the twilight hours. They're free, they're short. What you could do, even with your current credentials, is to perhaps just contact leisure centres and gyms and look at just doing an hour's slot here and there. You could offer a Pilates class.
Are you sort of up to here with the credit card, or
Yeah, we do have a credit card, unfortunately.
Okay, well that's not a crime.
However, we don't use it. We've been paying it off now for quite a while.
Don't be tempted to do the old, one more time on the credit card, one more Christmas on the credit card, because at the end of the day, the kids want you two happy together and not arguing, and mum and dad. They don't want you, worried to hell that you've gone too far on the credit card, you know.
I always make a lot of resolutions around this time. What is the one main thing I should be thinking about?
It's time for you to sit down and say, okay, these are the things I'd like for the kids, these are the things I'd like for us, over those ranges. So not only have some goals for this year coming, but also have some 3-year, 5-year and even 10-year goals.
The one resolution should be keep the show on the road. You know, keep your job nailed down. Enoch, you pass your exams. So I think, you know, 2010 should be a year of stability. Keep getting that credit card down.
For you, yeah, obviously, Enoch, just continue with your studies, focus on those, finish those, and Cumbie just set up that one Pilates class.
Brilliant advice, thank you.
Have a great time. Happy Christmas.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
So if you're struggling in this current economic climate, then you too can get advice from our experts. And next time on Central Tonight, it could be the panel versus your problem. So that's the panel, and if you think that they can help you, you can get in touch. All we need is a brief description of your issue, your name and a daytime contact number. You can write to The Panel, Central Tonight, Gas Street, Birmingham, that's B12JT. Or of course you can email us at centralnews@itv.com.